to the centenary session of SoundBytes Toastmaster Club. Splashy and colorful, at the same time inspiring and thought-provoking. Very fun, but sometimes a bit challenging. That's how I describe our SoundBytes Toastmaster Club. It's a place where we all come together to empower each other to become effective communicators and leaders. This is the place where we come together to think about that languages exist beyond C++, Java, and Python. So this 100th session, let's celebrate this joy of continuity, community, and conversations. As a club, the club was started over a decade ago, while it was discontinued in the middle for a while. But the club has been active and regular since 2018, and we have completed, this is the 100th session, hosting regular bi-weekly meetings and producing over 100 Toastmasters, and we are growing stronger. With this backdrop, I request our Senior Vice President and Managing Director of India, Radisys India, Mr. Nitesh Vashne, to speak a few words addressing fellow Toastmasters. Hi, Nitesh. We are happy to have you with us today, and over to you.
Thank you so much for inviting me for your centenary celebration. I'm afraid that I may not be limited to few words. And I hope, the SoundBytes Club, what you guys are leading now, will grow by leaps and bounces. 100 by any means is not a small number. 100 years is something unheard of when people live. I have not seen anyone celebrating their 100th wedding anniversary. Lot of times, you heard of many people saying the most important innovation in the history of humankind was invention of fire, or some would say the invention of wheel. I disagree with both the thoughts. I think the most important innovation in the history of humankind has been the invention of communication. Okay? And I'll share a story with you, which I have recently gone through as last weekend. Okay? My son, along with his classmates, participated in an event called World Scholars Day, or World Scholars Cup. It's called WSC. It's an international competition which is run across the world in many countries. And he and his classmates were participating in the regional rounds of Bangalore. Okay? And I happened to volunteer to be a judge for one of the category in the event called debate competition. And I was judging various kids who were coming and participating in debate competition. I'm surprised the kind of debate were having, or topics given impromptu to them, was mind-blowing. Okay? And that reminded me of my time when I was growing as a child, where we even had a fear of going to the stage, forget about debating. And I happened to meet another parent there. His name is Rajesh Prabhu. And I learned that he actually runs a Toastmasters club in Bangalore, primarily meant for children. He's the founding president of the Toastmasters club, which happens to be quite active as well. And this thought that communication indeed is the most important innovation in the history of mankind came during that event. Seeing how those kids were communicating and debating, I personally have witnessed many people in our own SoundBytes Toastmasters Club who have dramatically changed for good after joining Toastmasters Club, after joining SoundBytes. So all of you who are part of the SoundBytes Club and taking this legacy forward are doing a phenomenal job. You are carrying forward a legacy which is more than a decade old, Ricardo, if I remember. Isn't it? You, Dipanjan, Ganesh, some of the initial founding presidents of the club. When did we start, Ricardo?
2009, April 23rd.
Yep, 2009, April 23rd. Ricardo even remembers the date. Anything which passes this boundary, this barrier called 10 years, is something, it has to be really good. Something which has substance, something which is contributing to a larger cause, a greater cause. And I think SoundBytes Club has done it phenomenally well. I remember the SoundBytes Club had a little bit of a break in between, okay, and it was reignited, and it has now come back in a phenomenal shape. I hear that you guys keep winning a lot of tournaments, you keep winning a lot of competitions. We have many proud Toastmasters who bring a lot of laurels back home to SoundBytes. Many trophies you won. The difference you are making as a club in people's career and people's life is phenomenal, because communication is something not limited to only your career, or not limited to only your workplace. If you are good at communication, if you're able to put together your thoughts, if you're able to communicate it forward, it comes quite handy. It comes quite handy when you have these debates at home. Which place are we going to go and have dinner? And if you are good at communication, if you are a Toastmasters, you know how to win that argument. Okay? I'm telling you, this is going to come very handy when you're going to deal with your own children. Many of you must be having kids, having the skill of communication, learning the value of that pause, isn't it? I think in Toastmasters, you teach a lot of good things. And one thing I am sure you're teaching to your fellow Toastmasters is to use the value of pause. How do you pause? The power of pause, isn't it? So when I was witnessing this debate competition, the two teams are phenomenal, and it was very difficult for me to choose the winners. And the team which I finally selected as a winner, and they won the regional round for WSC, the World Scholars Cup. They were the regional winners of Bangalore region, and they are now going to go to a global round. Was the team which was actually indeed using the power of pause, being able to look into your eyes and not feel uncomfortable and pause. That's not a video freeze. Small things matters. Okay? Please know that as Toastmasters, a part of SoundBytes Club, you guys are making a difference in Radisys, in the life of your colleagues, your friends, fellow Toastmasters. Continue this journey. 100 is just a number. You have just graduated from 2 digits to 3 digits, and your journey towards 4 digits is going to be a long journey. As you grow and age, you realize that gratification, satisfaction in life, beyond materialistic comfort, comes only by giving. Okay? So when, though all of you are very, very young, I don't want to scare you off by telling you that one day we all going to die. There's no button if about it. Okay? And when we all going to be on the deathbed, the whole life most likely will fast forward in your eyes. And you're all going to die in an extremely gratifying and satisfying manner only and only when we have made a difference for other people's life. Okay? The life which is full of joy, the life which is full of satisfaction, is a life which comes by giving something to others. So one of the things which you guys do as part of SoundBytes is to give to others. Giving them a gift of good communication, giving them a gift of self-confidence, giving them a gift of believing in themselves, because you all believe in all your fellow Toastmasters. Okay, so please know that the work you're doing is highly appreciable. It's going to bring great gratification and satisfaction to yourself in your life. You can impact a lot of people, not just at Radisys, but outside Radisys, in your families, in your friends, in your extended circle. Keep doing the great work. Congratulations on this centenary celebration. My best wishes, and I would be very happy whenever I can be of any support to our SoundBytes team. So congratulations once again. All the very best.
Thank you so much, Nitesh. Thank you for your encouraging words. And I completely agree with the fact, as you said, communication is the key to a content life. I agree. Thank you so much for being with us on this centenary celebration as well. Moving to the next part, we have our Vice President of Engineering, Deepanjan Datta, with us. Hi, sir. We are really glad to have you with us today. I request you to speak a few words, encouraging the Toastmasters as well. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmasters Saurabh. It's a matter of extreme pride. We started around 2009-10, about almost 13, 14 years back. And how SoundBytes as a journey, as a club has evolved is extremely gratifying. What's more gratifying, or what's more, I'd say a matter of pride for all of us, is that when we started, we were a handful of so-called the senior most people in the company who used to drive everything, pretty much all the office bearer positions. And we felt that time that if we are not involved, then this is going nowhere. And today, none of us are involved. And the team, the SoundBytes as an organization, as a club, is way more successful than I have seen during our time. So that shows your ownership, your commitment, your leadership. So Nitesh spoke about the communication aspect. I'll probably speak about the personality aspect that Toastmaster helps people with. Like me, many of us came to the industry without speaking a word of English until we graduated. Came from vernacular medium, came from small towns, villages. In India, English is not a choice of language for majority of the population. What personally I can say for myself is, Nitesh was talking about the importance of pause. Communication is not just about what you want to speak, but how you want to speak. Driving home a point, holding your audience. So many finer aspects are there in communication, and they are neither taught in schools nor taught in offices. Toastmaster is where it fills the gap and makes a difference. I have seen people who probably was not even visible when they spoke before joining Toastmasters become extremely effective communicators, not just communicators, become extremely effective leaders. So this is an awesome opportunity in front of all of us at Radisys. We are fortunate to have a club. Not many organizations, much bigger organizations than us, has a Toastmaster club themselves. The employees go and join the public Toastmasters club. We have this this awesome facility. So I'm looking forward to having many more great Toastmasters coming out of SoundBytes, many more leaders coming out, many more people coming out who find a newfound confidence that propels them in rest of their lives, not just career. It transforms personalities, it transforms people. And Saurabh, I can see among others on video. Recently, sometime back, there was I think all hands meet or something, and I think you had a question for our leadership team. The confidence with which you spoke, the confidence which I see our existing generation of Toastmasters speak, and we didn't have that when we were, at your experience level. So I think SoundBytes Toastmaster Club is doing wonder to Radisyans, young Radisyans who are just starting their careers. I wish SoundBytes all the best, and I will be looking forward to the laurels and the waves that you are creating in the Toastmasters scene fraternity, in not just in Bangalore chapter. I wish you go out and win laurels for SoundBytes, for Radisys in a national and international levels, and keep the flag flying, and keep transforming lives. Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Over to you, Toastmasters Saurabh and Sharat.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dipanjan.
Thank you so much, Dipanjan. And it is our pride to be carrying the flag that you hosted a decade ago. And we are so happy to be a part of the club that you started. And we feel lucky that, something you did 15 years ago is helping me to grow with my communication skills. It's a very nice feeling. And um, thank you once again. Now we have the department head, people and culture, India and facilities, Ricardo Bill with us. So hi, Ricardo, and I'm really happy to have you here. And I request you to address fellow Toastmasters and the members present here.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saurabh. It is emotional to even be invited to the 100th session in the current generation of Toastmasters SoundBytes, because they say Toastmasters has a flair for communication. I'm also going to cover that Toastmasters is emotional to us as individuals. It is for our selfish reasons that we become Toastmasters so that we can be better. And having said that, I am emotional. I do see this child having grown up. I must go back quite a few years that I happened to pick up something. I'll probably try and unscreen it. So you see a certificate that is given by SoundBytes to us as charter members once upon a time. And that has remained as a important possession, similar to what a degree or a school certificate remains. Because no matter where you go and what you do, the world appreciates and respects a Toastmaster. I know time has changed. The levels of Toastmasters have also dramatically become better. But Toastmasters gives people an important skill apart from just communication. Communication is the main facet of Toastmasters, but I'm sure Toastmasters still appreciates and respects the leadership skills that you grow to pick up. Whether it's the R counter, whether it's a sergeant at arms, whether it's you playing a role of a office bearer, until you finish the different roles or you finish a certain community of roles, you do not get recognized as a leadership position. During our tenure, it was called a CL. So CL was competent leadership, CC was competent communicator. And once you get to pick up all those different roles in your career, it helps you transition from being a junior employee to actually running a company. That's the amount of leadership that Toastmasters can give you. Yes, communicating and communicating well is important, but how about these other small things? Getting a room ready for a big presentation, making sure that you are dressed for the occasion, making sure that you are visibly appealing during the contest. The judges are looking for every small, tiny facet of life. And that makes us self-introspect, come up with, you know what, during our tenure, the Panjan will recognize it, but we had a person who was legally unable to see. And he would win contest after contest. And we would try to understand how could this guy pick up his material. He was a comedian when he had to be. He had statistics when he had to be. And yet he was not somebody who was reading his own material. He was either using Braille or he was having somebody pick up the material and share it with him. And then he was writing documentation. That is exemplary. And that's what Toastmasters makes out of the industry. So do know, you might believe that you lack something. With this group of friends, that lacking goes away. Feel free to let them know, this is my problem. This is my area that I need to improve. And I'm sure the other Toastmasters will hold you at the back and lift you up and say, come on, let me try and help you in this aspect of life. Once a Toastmaster, always a Toastmaster. I will sign off as being congratulations to the 100th session. Many, many, many hundreds to go. Tendulkar didn't stop with 100, right? He went through a decade of hundreds. So all the best, do well, and keep it emotional, keep it to heart. Whether Radisys keeps you in Toastmasters, whether you go out and make Toastmasters as a past president in another organization, make sure that it's successful. We'll give you a hard time to leave Radisys though. So thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Saurabh.
Thank you so much, Ricardo. And I believe that you have inspired a lot more of us to join the Toastmasters Club regularly and attend it as well. Um, Moving on to the next part, I'll explain about the agenda for the today's session. So today we are deviating from the normal way of how we usually conduct our Toastmaster sessions. Today we have three segments. The first segment is prepared speech, and the second segment is table topics, and the third segment is a surprise game, which we'll come to know about later. Um, before stepping into sessions, let me introduce the role takers for today. Today we have two role takers. First one is Gaurav. He's our timer for today, who'll be keeping track that the session will go on according to the agenda, and we all keep track of the time we spend on every segment. So Gaurav here is an avid Toastmaster since 2020. He has served as the SoundBytes Club as Sergeant at Arms and helped in the Vice President Education activities last term. He is currently serving as Club President. He loves exploring new cuisines and visiting new places. He also likes watching all sorts of sports. He recently started a new habit of reading books as well. Hi Gaurav, please explain your role.
Thank you, Toastmasters Saurabh, for such a wonderful introduction, and very good afternoon, everyone. Today, I am playing role of timer. As a timer, my role is to monitor the time during the prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluation. At the end of the meeting, I will report the times of each participant, and this will let you know if you have delivered your presentation within the allotted time or not. Let me explain the rules of timing. For prepared speech, the timing is 5 to 7 minutes, plus minus 30 seconds. At 5 minutes, I will change my background to green color. At 6 minutes, I will change my background to yellow color. And at 7 minutes, I will change it to red color until the speaker finishes the speech. For evaluation, the timing is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will change my background to green color. At 2.5, I will change it to yellow. And after 3, I will change it to red until the speaker finish. And for table topics, the timing goes 1 to 2 minutes. Minimum is 1 minute. And after 1 minute, I will show the green light. After 1.5, I will show the yellow light. And after 2 minutes, I will show the red light. Before the, I will just request all the speakers to pin when they are coming for their prepared speeches or table topics, so that they will remain in the given timeline. Just to showcase how I'm going to change my background, I will change my virtual background, and please confirm if it is visible for you. So green light will look like this. Is it visible? Okay. And yellow light will look like this, and red light will look like this. Yeah, that is all about my role for today. Over to you, Toastmaster Saurabh.
Thank you, Gaurav. Now we have Sudhindra as our evaluator. Sudhindra is a happy-go-lucky person. He loves playing with his kids. He also loves music, and table topics is his favorite segment, just like mine. In 2023, he aims to learn how to prioritize things. So, hi Sudhindra, please explain your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saurabh. Today, I'm playing the role of an evaluator. I'll be evaluating Aishwarya's speech. Aishwarya is attempting her L1P2 speech 1. The aim of the speech is to give a speech on any of the topic of the speaker's choice, receive feedback, apply the feedback given, and give another speech. I will present my report at the end when I'm called upon. All the best, Aishwarya. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudhindra. Before moving on to the next speech, Sharath here has something fun prepared for us to go back and look over. So Sharath, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saurabha. So this is just a funny bloopers video that we have created it's from a compilation of our previous session videos. So it is just for fun and entertainment purpose. So in case you are featured in the video, please do take it in the right spirit. And with that, without wasting time, I want to share that bloopers video. Just let me share the screen.
Sharath, we are only able to see your email.
All right, sorry for that. Let me try to share again.
Sure, it's still the Outlook screen if you're shared.
Oh, it's still not visible?
No, it's still not visible.
I think you have to
Okay,
share it.
okay. Let me just share once more. Sorry for that.
Now it's your team screen that we can see. Sharath, we can see your teams.
To proceed with the session, I would like to.
This is
Not
the real
visible?
bloopers.
No, the Teams window is.
I think we can add this to the next bloopers then. I'm
Okay.
trying my best to share the screen. For some reason, it's not happening. Let me just check once again.
It's visible now.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Call upon the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Darshan. So how do I introduce him? I can tell a lot of things about him, but maybe I'll not embarrass him by telling too many things. So what I would say is he's a daydreamer, and yeah, I'll let Toastmaster Darshan take on the stage. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. President. It was as if, you know, there's this spiritual guru nowadays, and there's this famous line from him, I just reminded. It's like me calling me on the stage to introduce me, right? It is something like that.
So the me resides in this as me, is residing in all of that as me, so that me through this me talking to me.
Not just this session, I have a team of evaluators and tag team, that is the timer, the accounter and the grammarian, who would be watching the kind of words you use, the pauses and the amount of time you take. The entire exercise is to basically help you improve on your speeches, your stance, your confidence on the stage by providing you feedback on how you can improve. So to help me with this, I have an able team of, like I said, timer, accountant, grammarian. So I would like to call upon the timer, Simran, the tiger.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
The transactional leaders, they motivate and inspire the people whom they lead. The theory is based on that the managers tend to give something to the employees in return of a favor that they need. It posits that the workers, they may not have self-motivation and they cannot work in a structured and directed environment. This leadership style was widely used after the World War II. Is going to happen.
Right. So, but Madhuri, please get in touch with Adarsh, and Adarsh get in touch with Madhuri for coming on to the meetings regularly from now onwards.
Yeah,
Now,
hi, I'm Madhuri from ANZ Club.
Oh, is it okay? You can still come on to our meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's begin our meeting. So to begin with, I would like to ask you one question. What are the core values of this club? Anybody?
ऐसे मत बैठो मेरा दिल बैठा जा रहा है कुछ तो बोलो
Is it?
No, more.
Hey, that's what it is.
The core values of the club committee, Toastmaster committee. It's respect, integrity, dedication, and excellence. So, please make a note of it.
Thank you.
There are a couple of things that Karl Popper mentioned in that speech. So before we can talk about consciousness, he said that we humans are, unlike animals, self-programmed. So the programming that we have within us, that's really our what's within our DNA. Although I've written here as DNS for some reason, it's composed of two parts. So the stuff inside DNS can be.
To start with, the first problem I'm going to solve is to solve the coronavirus issue which we have. I definitely like to get out like Chitra to a beach and like Donald Duck play around with my nephews, which I'm not able to do right now. So maybe after that, I'll get back to the like Chitra next morning. I also get back to Libin again with a bald head and proceed my life as it is today. Thank you, Swas.
Oh, everybody is a Goa guy. Thanks, Libin.
Did you say bald head and Chitra? Like Chitra?
I've seen many times that people who come for table topics, they forget to shake the hands of the table topic master. Now, I'm not saying that she would get angry with you if you don't do that. But according to some friends, she is like a fire-breathing dragon. Okay. Oh yeah, fire-breathing dragonfly. Dragonfly, I'm sorry.
It's never too late to start a talk with a new person, to be a confident person. But for you all, can I ask, it's never too late for?
Start the meeting.
Okay, nice answer. It's never too late to start to achieve anything. Great. It's never too late to start eating. Awesome. Anyone else? It's never too late to. It's never too late to go home. Go home. Okay, great. Yes.
मुझे घर जाना है मुझे अपने घर जाना है
I hope all of you liked that bloopers video. Thank you so much for your time and patience. Over to you, Toastmasters Saurabh, to take this forward.
Thank you so much, Sharad. Back to all the seriousness from the funny bloopers. Now we have Aishwarya's L1P2 speech We are all excited for you, Aishwarya, for this speech, and all the best. Aishwarya here is a neophile who loves having new experiences. She's learning to let go of things that hold her back so she can be her better self. So, Aishwarya, all the best, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saurabh, for those kind words. Good afternoon, esteemed guests and my fellow Toastmasters. What a grand occasion it is today. We are 100 not out. And even in my relatively short association with SoundBytes, this club has given me so many opportunities that it baffles me that there was actually a time that I wasn't a part of it, despite being part of the organization. I can only blame myself for not reaching out sooner, even though I had an inkling that it was only going to change my life for the better. When I was reflecting on this to write my speech for today, I noticed a pattern in behavior of not only not doing something, but also being scared of doing something when I did not know what the outcome was going to be. Let me illustrate this a little bit. Some time ago, my sister and I were invited to attend a Western classical music recital at my cousin's university. I love music. I have even learned Hindustani classical music. But this performance, which was a performance of the composition of some of the greatest, Bach and Mozart, was a little nerve-wracking. I was excited, but I had never attended a Western classical music concert before. This was the stuff that made me feel stupid. I was completely out of my depth when this was discussed in a conversation. I mean, I barely understood Western music terms, and pitch was just something I knew when something sounded off when someone was singing. Bach, Mozart, and Beethoven were names we learned in GK. So when the day actually rolled around, I was excited, but also nervous. What if I didn't like it? Or worse, what if I didn't understand it? How many of us have been in situations like this, where we feel hesitant to take a chance and experience something new because we have no idea what that experience is going to be like? We don't step out of our comfort zone because we're too scared to actually make a change. How many of us here have regretted that later on? For not participating in that competition, or not going to that show that we were invited to, or not asking someone out because we didn't feel confident enough. We're all guilty of that, aren't we? At some point or the other. Some time now, and I did notice that I wasn't the only one suffering from this. In all my musings, I identified first and foremost that this hesitation was essentially the fear of success. Now, I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous, fear of success, and I agree, it is ridiculous. But stay with me here. Let me ask you two questions. One, if you were guaranteed that you'd have success in every endeavor that you were hesitating on and you'd get it right in your first attempt, would you do it? Second, if you were told that no matter what the outcome of that endeavor, the rest of your life would remain exactly the same and there would be no change in routine, and no hardships and no fluctuation of emotion of any kind, would you do it? I bet most of us thought yes. And it's because of two things that I like to call the perfection problem and the subconscious survivor. The first one is simple. Most of us have grown up being told that making mistakes is a bad thing. The consequences of making a mistake are usually more dire than the sense of achievement that we get when we get it right. Why? Because getting it right is the default. We're expected to do it. And this has been drilled into us over and over again as children in the race to be the best. And by the time we're adults, we've forgotten that the only way to really learn something new is through mistakes. We are so jaded from the consequences of all the mistakes we have made in our lives that we don't even want to try something new because we don't know if we are going to be naturally good at it, and we don't want to be anything but perfect. I know we've been told over and over again that practice makes perfect, but that is not true because there is no such thing as perfection. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes improvement. And that is why it is easier to pick up something new when we are kids with no inhibitions of having to get something right. As kids, we just want the experience. But as an adult, the fear of judgment holds us back. And that brings me to my second point, the subconscious survivor. Our subconscious protects us from going through experiences that are potentially traumatic. Because when our bodies have a trauma response, it is the subconscious part of the brain that is acting with all its might to bring the body back to normal functioning. We've all heard of the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system and the fight or flight response. But today, we don't have to fight or outrun tigers anymore for our survival. So these days, the freeze or fawn response has also been identified as a sympathetic response to perceived triggers. Freezing is when you don't do anything because you can't think of what to do. And at the other end of the spectrum is going out of your way to ensure that there is no adverse effect to trigger your mental health, fawning over the problem. Physiologically, any change to the status quo of your life is a potential trigger to the subconscious. And when the brain perceives such a threat, it will do everything it can to avoid that threat. And the only thing it can do is generate thoughts. And so we start thinking, oh no, I don't want to try out for that club. I don't care about that activity so much. Or, that movie looks interesting, but I don't have the time to go watch it. Or, I like this person, but I'm sure they don't think the same way about me. How do you know? How do you know that if you try hard enough, fail a few times, and learn from your mistakes, you will not succeed? The truth is, your subconscious knows that success is a very real possibility, but that it will involve a drastic change in status quo. And status quo is safe. Change is not. So the next time you're faced with an opportunity to do something new, grab it. Say yes. Take that step. Ask that question. Conquer that fear. You never know what will come of it. I know it's easier said than done. You'll fail many, many times, but I guarantee that you will not fail at everything all the time. As I conclude, I'd like to leave you with a small quote I found endlessly inspirational. This is from the movie Florence Foster Jenkins. It is about a New York heiress who dreamed of becoming an opera singer despite having a terrible singing voice. She gave a recital at Carnegie Hall only for the crowd to burst out laughing uncontrollably at how bad she was. Although heartbroken at the realization that she did not have the voice that she thought she did, she said to her husband, "People may say I can't sing, but no one can ever say I didn't sing." Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Over to you, Toastmaster
Saurabha, yeah, we can take it forward.
Yeah, Saurabha is connecting back. She lost her connection. 1 minute.
Sure, yeah.
Hi, I'm back. Thank you so much, Aishwarya. Now I feel like I want to go learn music and join violin class again. Thank you for inspiring. And the next segment is an exciting segment in which everyone gets to participate. And that's my favorite segment, table topics. So today, Sharath is our table topic master. Sharath here believes in the concept of live and let live. He loves traveling and exploring new places. He loves reading books as well. He's currently reading a book called The Professional by Subrata Bagchi. For anyone wondering what your next read should be, He recommends a book he recently finished reading called Mindset by Carol Dweck. Over to you, Sharath.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saurabh, and a very warm good afternoon, one and all. Thank you so much for joining the 100th session and participating with us in the celebrations. So this is the segment where anyone can participate. So this is the table topics segment where any guest can speak and try their impromptu speaking skills. Table topics is all about impromptu speaking because you do not come prepared with anything because the topics are given right then and there. So I will encourage all of you, and first of all, I'd like to also congratulate Aishwarya on such a great speech, and it's such a befitting speech for today's session as well. So whoever is feeling scared, skeptical not to participate or something like that, I hope Aishwarya's speech has given you some sort of motivation to go for it. Okay. With that, let me share my screen, and hopefully this time the share screen should support me. Let's see. Can anyone confirm if my screen is visible? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So this is where I'll quickly explain the rules of table topics for those who are not used to speaking in the table topics segment. The time that is required for table topics, that is allotted for table topics per speaker, is 1 minute to 2 minutes. So all of you, I will request you to pin Gaurav's video on Zoom so that you are aware if you are consuming the right amount of time. For table topics, at 1 minute, Gaurav will be turning his background to green. That means you are right on time. And at 1.5 minutes, Gaurav will be changing his background to yellow. And at 2 minutes, Gaurav timer will be changing his time to red. So please try to keep your timing between 1 to 2 minutes. And today's theme for table topics is all about disagreeing. Because I feel disagreeing to something is also equally important. Because if everybody agrees to everything, then how will you even get another person's point of view, a different perspective? The life itself is going to be very boring if everyone agrees on one particular thing. So disagreeing is also important. But what is important is how those whose managers are also there in the call. You need to be very careful while you are disagreeing, right? You need to disagree with a lot of respect. But then, yes, if there's something you do not agree to, please go ahead and disagree respectfully. So that's what today's table segment is about. Now I'm going to give you one sample on how it works. I've chosen here some of the famous proverbs. That's very simple proverbs. I'm sure when you read the proverb itself, it will be pretty straightforward. I want you to disagree to that proverb, like why you disagree to that proverb. That's what today's segment is about. So let me give you the first example. Like for example, let's say, so I have slide numbers 2 to 11 for you to choose from, as you can see in the screen. And for a sample, I'm going to show you the slide 1. Let's say you get this slide. So this is a famous proverb that says, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So when you get this, so you will have 1 minute to 2 minutes to talk about why you disagree on this. Like for example, if it was me, I will just say something like, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. No, I do not agree to it. I don't think it will work out in all the situations. Let's take an example. Let's say that you are a mafia boss and you have, your rival gang member, your enemy sitting right next to you all the time. Then whenever he gets a chance, he might just shoot and kill you. It is very dangerous. So it doesn't work there. Let's take another scenario. Let's say that I'm planning to start a new business. And then I have my rival or enemy also sitting in the same room when I'm discussing the ideas. The chances are very high that the person can steal all my ideas and start a business and become more successful before me using my idea. It's not gonna work. So I don't think I agree on keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So this is just a sample. So I hope you guys all of you have a gist of how to go about this. It's a very straightforward, famous proverb. You just have to disagree to it. That's what today's segment is all about. So now it's time for volunteers. So I will request whoever is interested to volunteer, please use the reaction button and raise your thumb, or you can unmute and speak as well. So please go ahead and participate. Can I have my first volunteer, please? And Gaurav, someone can help me if somebody is raising the hand, because I'm not able to see. I hope someone would volunteer. Else, Gaurav, I think I'll give you the complete control to choose a person of your choice from the participants.
Let me check the list. Rajan, would you like to start with the first segment?
Yeah, sure, Gaurav.
Okay, great. Thank you, Rajan. So can you choose a slide number between 2 and 11?
Let it be 5.
5. An idle brain is devil's workshop. Over to you, Rajan. Thank you.
Okay. I would say an idle brain is devil's workshop is, I disagree with this statement, because generally not, like most of the time, as if with me or as well as with many people, this is not the case. Like sometimes when we are in deep thinking about something good or something creative, like we were lost in thoughts, and we keep on creating new ideas around it and cultivating new things. And that's generally happen when our mind is idle and we are not thinking of anything else. Generally in toilet seats that's happen, because we have nothing to do. But yeah, and I think that you have everybody this, and each case is also idle brain is the brain that I think it is the most creative mind. Like probably Aryabhatta was also sitting idle and keep thinking of nothing and thought of zero, maybe. That could happen. So that is one of the things, and I believe that ideal brain is not always the devil's workshop. Maybe it could be some creative, evil thing somebody can think, but I disagree with that. So that's what I wanted to say, and that's all.
Thank you so much, Rajan. Well said. So even I think some of the people are persuaded to now agree with you that, okay, this is not always true. And now we have an idea where most of your ideas come from. So thank you for that. So can we have the next volunteer, please? Anybody?
Yeah, I would like to go next to Sharath.
Harshita.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, perfect. Thanks, Harshita. So can you choose a slide?
7.
Slide number 7. So your proverb is, best things in life are free. Over to you, Harshita.
Thank you, Sharath. I'm completely against this proverb, because to make a thing and call it a best thing, we need a great efforts and not only dreams, but the sleepless nights to achieve those dreams. Then only we can achieve a thing, and we can remember it as a best thing in our life. And it's not at all easy to make whatever the task we do, to make it as a success and call it as a best thing. We need more confidence to make the thing, and all our thoughts combining and keeping into action. Not only the thoughts, the work also we need to keep in the action. We need to strive to achieve our goal and all. Not only the goal or aim. Actually it affects our any of the thing, actually any of the tasks we do in our regular life, also affect here. Actually, whatever the thing we do, we need to do that thing which is useful for us in our life, or which will help in the life to achieve the next further things also. So I view that the best things in our life are will not get those free. We need to achieve it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Harshita. Well said. Even I completely disagree. I think Lamborghini is one of the best things in life, and I do not get Lamborghini for free. If anyone knows somewhere where you get a Lamborghini Gallardo or Urus or something like that
Then
free,
we call it as a
please
luck.
let me know. Thank you. Thanks, Harshita. Now, can we have the next volunteer, please?
Ayush, would you like to try?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. I was just gonna say, can I go next?
Yeah, sure. So who said that? I'm sorry.
Ayush.
Ayush. Yeah, hi. Hi, Ayush. Perfect. So can you choose a slide number other than 2 and 7?
Give me 9.
9. Okay. So here you go, Ayush. Don't judge a book by its cover. Over to you, Ayush.
Well, I'm not the only victim of this quote. We all have gone through that phase now. Right? Even after coming to Bangalore and looking for PGs and all, you see all those good, flashy, like luxurious images of hotels or PGs or anything it may be. And you go there, you visit there, and then yeah, maybe we should not judge everything by its name or anything. And yeah, but first, I used to be a guy who judged a book by its cover. So whichever cover seemed most beautiful to me or most artsy to me, I just went there and grabbed that book and started reading. Eventually, I realized I wasted a lot of my time. So don't do that. Definitely think about it. Give people time, or be it books, be it anything, be it an experience. Give it time. Time for it to grow, time for you to understand it. Maybe on the first look, we are not a best judge, or how can we even judge someone in first place? But yeah, at first glance, there's only so many things you can say about someone, right? I guess, has anyone watched that movie, The Pursuit of Happiness? I guess Will Smith was in there, and in the last, after hustling through all those books and all, he went to an interview after having a full a shirt, I guess, with painted, like dripped off paint, very shabby looking outfit, and walked in an interview. And all of them were like, nah, we are never going to work with him. He can not even sit beside us, like that. And he came out walking like a tiger or something. I don't know. That was the best thing I could say. Like, give it time, give people more opportunities, be humble, be grateful. And yeah, that's all. Thanks, Shahid.
Thank you so much, Ayush, for that. Thank you for giving the other side of perspective. So normally what I actually meant in today was how to disagree on this. I think you were kind of agreeing as well, but then yeah, good to have that point of view as well.
Oh, sorry, I messed with that when I just went with
That's
the flow.
okay. Absolutely no problem. Anything is welcome here as long as you're having fun and you're speaking, right?
At least I'm going into next blopper.
Yeah. I myself have contributed today already for a couple of times. I'm sure for the next one. Thank you so much, Ayush. So
yeah,
can
I'll
we
keep
have,
that in mind from next time. Sorry.
Sure, no issues. Thank you so much. Yeah. So can we have the next volunteer, please? I guess Gaurav, we wanted to try, or
yeah, I will give it a try.
Okay, sure. Can you choose a slide? We have 5. We have no.
Number 3.
We have 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 3.
Number 3. Yeah.
Okay. All is fair in love and war. Over to you, Gaurav.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Toastmasters, for giving this opportunity. the quote, "All is fair in love and war." I wanted to talk in favor of it, but since today's theme is to disagree with it, I would say it's not okay to cover your mistake or cover your own greed with some umbrella of love or war. Many times I have seen people will do some mischievous stuff and they will say everything is fair in love and war. So in my opinion, there should be a law on that. If somebody says that, he should provide a complete report why he is saying that, and he should be reported in front of judge. And I think after that, people will start reducing its uses. That's the only thing what comes to my mind as of now, which can restrict to this thing, because I have seen it in many places. My friend, most of the time they do something very disturbing and they will just cover it up and they will say everything is fair in love and war. And mostly their term will not be related to love. They will be involved in some war. So that I have faced, and once it is done, we have to face the consequences. We don't have much to do there, and then we apply some strategy to help them. That's what we can do for our friends. Yeah, so this is my take, and I believe this point will be taken very seriously, and our Toastmaster community will help us to create such a law. Thank you. Thank you, Sharad.
Thank you so much, Gaurav. A nice perspective to have a law on this. And I think just like the bloopers video, so you are the timer for yourself. So you timing yourself, timing today.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Gaurav, for that. So any other volunteer? I believe as per my agenda, I still got time for one or two more. So can I have the next volunteer, please? Avinash, would you like to go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. So your slides, you have 2,
I'll take
4,
6.
6. Okay, perfect. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Over to you, Avinash.
I can't explain how much I disagree with this. I am absolutely a fan of books over movies. Who else is? A picture is good if you have the skills to illustrate a topic well. But most of the illustrations we see don't cover the depth of what we read up or what we get to know by understanding a topic deeply. It's always a dilution of the original intent that comes in through a movie, that comes in through an illustration, that comes in through any sorts of media that you see. And it is the true understanding that would enlighten you. A picture can help, yes. But I've said enough about the fact that there are multiple ways of interpreting it. We could interpret something completely wrong and still be able to justify with these illustrations that are trying to trick, are a slippery slope. They try to trick you through and make you understand a topic in a wrong manner. So that's an important thing to keep in mind when you are looking at a picture and rather than understanding in depth. Yeah. It's important to understand a topic in depth. That is one thing. 1,000 words is what you get in Shakespeare's epics. It's never the rom-com movie that will help you understand love. That's how it is. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Avinash. That was a great attempt. I liked how you connected it with books. Even I like reading books. Nice to see that perspective. And even I do not agree. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then during the school times, during essays, I would have just, wrote a Mickey Mouse and then got nice marks. But Unfortunately, we have to write words where required. Thank you so much. So I guess we can have one last one, if anyone can volunteer for the one last, or Gaurav, or do we have to move forward?
Sure. I think we can move forward with other sections. We have a team.
Sure. Yeah. So thank you once again. I hope all of you had a small flavor of how Toastmaster sessions goes by, and special thanks to all of you who volunteered for the table topic segment. Thank you so much, and back to you, Toastmasters, are about to take this forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sharath, for this amazing segment. And I'd like to thank all the participants as well for making this segment so fun-filled. Next, we have, before heading to the next game segment, I'd like to request Sudhindra to present his evaluation of Aishwarya's prepared speech. Over to you, Sudhindra.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Am I audible? Is it fine?
Yes, you're audible. Yeah.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests, and very good afternoon, Aishwarya. Today, for the first time, I'm kind of moonlighting in office. I'm attending two meetings at the same time, and finally, I don't regret. I didn't do it earlier, and it was really worth it to spend some time and listen to your speech, and it was truly inspiring. And yeah, I don't think I'll continue to do this, but yeah, it is worthwhile to test the waters and go outside your comfort zone. I truly agree with you. And regarding coming back to the speech, what should I say? Yeah, you yourself told that you came to the club way too late. And you were part of the club even before you were here. So you are a well-versed Toastmaster, you're a well-versed speaker. I don't think L1P2 is something which it was kind of a piece of cake for you. Looking at the feedback sheet, I look at clarity, voice clarity, eye contact, gestures, audience awareness, engagement. Everything was literally exemplary. It was amazing. You had a lot of rhetorical questions to the audience to engage them. I like it. But definitely, I think, yeah, you can go a notch above and maybe attempt to ask for actual feedback from the audience. Maybe a gesture or an answer, but yeah, give it a shot. And of course, you had very well structured, you introduced the topics first, judgment of fear, and then subconscious survival, and then we went on explaining things. Your speech was very well structured. And you had wonderful connecting quotes, like only way to learn is through mistakes. Good that I didn't, nobody can say that I can't sing, I didn't sing. All of that was really inspiring. Another thing that you can challenge yourself is to use some props in a text speech to see how you can blend a prop into your speech. And last but not the least, I really loved the way you ended the quote. You went a little serious by asking a question to people to think, and then you finally, ended it on a lighter note saying, "Thank you for attending my TikTok." It was really nice. All in all, wonderful speech. I'd love to hear more from you. All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sudhindra, for your insightful report. And now I'd like to request Gaurav for the timers report for today. Over to you, Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saurabh. Let me just share my screen to share the timer report. Please let me know if it is visible to everyone. Is it visible now? Okay.
Yes, Gaurav.
Yeah. So today we experienced a very beautiful prepared speech delivered by Toastmaster Aishwarya. The allowed time was 5 to 7 minutes, and she went little ahead of the allowed time. But the speech was very nice, and we all were mesmerized by the speech. And in between, I lost the track of time as well. But yeah, when I checked, it was 8 minutes 20 seconds. So it was little over time. For table topics, we had 5 table topic speakers. So Rajan, Toastmaster Rajan, he took 1 minute 30 seconds. A very well speech on idle brain is devil's shop. Then Toastmaster Harshita, she took 1 minute 30 seconds. I think that is also very well within time. Ayush, he took 1 minute 50 seconds. I think he talked about this in the support of the topic, but the speech was very good and he was clearly expressing his ideas. So that was very nice to see. And I took 1 minute 46 seconds for All is Fair in Love and War. And at the end, Toastmaster Avinash, he took 1 minute 55 seconds for A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words. So everyone utilize the time properly and they reached to the maximum limit of 2 minutes. That was very nice to see. And for evaluation, Toastmaster Sudhindra, he took 2 minutes 35 seconds. That is also well within time. That is all from my report. Over to you, Toastmaster Saurabh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav. So coming to the last segment, the most fun segment, now we have a surprise game segment by Chitra. So Chitra here has been a Toastmaster for more than 3 years. She has been a part of club ever since it restarted. She loves listening to true crime broadcasts and she also likes to shop for plants. She's a proud plant parent, I guess. Over to you, Chitra.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saurabha. What a wonderful session. So for Oh, sorry, I was talking on mute. I don't know how much you got of that. So anyways, so what a wonderful session today. Thank you, Toastmaster Saurabha. And just as a disclaimer, just like Sudhindra, I am also moonlighting and we are on the same 2 boats sailing together along with probably hundreds of others in that meeting. So, but having said that, I hope I'm not distracted and it is completely worth being in the 100th session of Toastmaster SoundBytes Club while my team is demoing the PI content. Anyways, so the game section is not a regular thing in Toastmasters, but because today is a landmark session, we have a very simple game I hope all of us can play. I have pasted the link to the game. I would request all of you to join. So in Toastmasters, besides improving our communication, I think we have a way with words, right? So the game is simply that you join and like most games that we play, like charades, this you have to describe the word that you get. So I would encourage all of you to join the room. I have pasted the link to the room in the chat box. So when most of us have joined, I will start the game. And just to tell you guys to encourage you to join faster, we will have goodies for the top performers of the game. So I think we have 10 players as of now. Can we have some more players joining the game? It's not going to be hard. It's just simple words that you use day to day. You just need to, instead of acting it out, you need to describe the words that others can guess. The most important thing is, of course, you cannot use, tell the word out as a clue or the parts of the word. So if it is carom board, you cannot say carom or board as hints. So 15 of you have joined. Can we have some more participants? Okay. So I'll start the game without taking more time as we have less time remaining.
Chitra, maybe for view, okay, people will be busy with the game window, but if whoever are not playing, maybe you can share your screen if that will be helpful for them to see what is happening in the game.
Sure. Yeah, let me see how to do that. Yeah. Okay, I think it's Avinash's turn to describe. Share screen. Oh, okay. Then you can see what I am guessing because I am also playing. But Avinash, you can start.
Okay, okay.
Avinash, do you
I
want to
just-
unmute?
Yeah. So I just described this word that I see without the words specifically. So it's a thing that irritates you. It irritates many, and it comes into any food item that you keep nearby, keep open. Okay, so one person got it. Ayush. So do I make it public, the word? It's a fruit fly. Chitra, you're muted. You're still muted.
Yeah, Chitra, you're on mute.
Sharath, it's your turn.
It's something that you use almost every day. This is something that I don't know, which you can use to add or subtract or multiply or divide. What is the instrument you use?
Sharath, I think you had to keep the browser open because you were inactive. It showed that it expired your session.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I just
Okay, now it's Rajan's turn. It's okay.
What? I don't think that. Okay, I will skip this one. I'm clicking
Okay.
skip. It's very
Okay.
okay. So it's a star cluster. It's very popular, and it consists of 3 stars. So if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't. I guess. So those who are into astronomy, yeah. Somebody had a correct, but yeah.
Orange belt.
The answer was orange belt.
Okay, maybe instead of guessing, I'll project my screen. Anyways, I'm not getting any of the words.
Okay, it's saying it's again my word. So
Okay.
okay, my chance. Okay, it's a kind of fish, and it is a special 5. Like it's shaped like a something that I already described.
Oh, okay, okay. Because he was not able to say star.
I should not have. Again, it's again my word. What's happening?
Oh.
Okay.
I think it goes on until you stop it.
No, there is no option to stop.
Okay. I think it was my turn. Okay, can you guys guess, please?
Chitra, we need
Employee,
to type,
employee.
right? We need to type our answer over there only, right?
Yeah, type it there.
Okay,
Only then you'll
sure.
get points.
Aishwarya
Okay.
cheated.
Next one is. Okay, how do I stop this? Okay.
Chitra, we are able to view that.
I know.
You stop sharing your
He's
screen.
trying to get you to next. Aishwarya.
Stop sharing. Okay.
Hey, no one stopped you from doing it.
Okay, she was the Queen of England who just passed away. Oh, I said the word in between. Okay. She was a ruler of England who just passed away. Okay. All of you are missing some parts of the answer. Okay, this is somebody who serves you at a restaurant. They bring you food, water. Okay, they work with wood. They saw and they file and they make furniture for you. Yeah. Okay.
I think Aishwarya answered all the questions.
When I was about to type, she already typed it. I think her typing is also fast.
Okay.
I think it is Sindhu's turn.
Sindhu. You have to open your browser, Sindhu. Only then it will.
Yeah, Sindhu, I think we can't hear you if you are speaking.
Oh,
Guys,
and Ayusha started guessing already.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a big bird which looks similar to a parrot found in Thailand and other countries. Okay, it's an animal again which has spikes. It uses its spikes to protect itself. Okay, it's a fruit which is very tasty actually. You can have it as a milkshake also, which is bit sour in taste. Sour fruit, it comes in bunches.
ఇంకోటి నేను అది వెంకట్తో ఒక కాల్ అరేంజ్ చేస్తే మేలు వాళ్ళకి పాపం అదే నాకు అనిపించింది కానీ ఒక బేసిక్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ అబౌట్ ఎస్ఎఫ్ వాళ్ళకి తెలిపిస్తే వాళ్ళకు కొంచెం అది సెల్ఫ్ వస్తుంది అనుకుంటా ఏంటి జరుగుతుంది కరెక్ట్ సిచ్యువేషన్ అనేది వాళ్ళ
Abhishek, are you starting? Abhishek, you have to open the browser.
It's like it's found in Arctic place, a snow place, and it's a bird, and it can live in water and either land.
Okay, Kuldeep Gupta. Can you open your browser and look at the screen? Kuldeep?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I think it's expired. Yeah. Okay, Gaurav.
Okay, so it's a place where people go for their jogging, and it is in mid of a place, mid of something. Combination, yeah, that's right. It was Central Park. The next one is everyone, the non-veg lovers like to eat. I think people order biryani. Nice. That was chicken. It's an animal. It is found in Australia. Very famous animal. Yeah, it's kangaroo. Okay, there is a very famous song around that. I think it's a flower, and there is a very famous song around it. Okay, and you will find it in fields. Like there will be a lot of such flowers, and it will with the wind, it will flow. It will go from one place to another place. Its petals will go like that. Right. Dandelion. Okay, it's a country. I believe it's a country, and it's a South American country, starting with a letter V for Vendetta. And difficult, I believe. Venezuela. Time's up.
Okay.
You put this on top of your coffee at Starbucks. It's an edible thing. It's white in color. No. Yes. Cream. Okay. Awesome. It's a very dreaded disease, which also happens to be a zodiac sign. Yes. Great. I'm going to skip this.
Okay.
Huge vegetarian animal that is also one of the most dangerous animals that kills over 500 people every year. Found largely in Africa. Vegetarian, big, fat. Yes. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Father of the nation. Father of our nation. Yes. The person who teaches you in college. Professor. Nice. Person, law officer, law enforcement officer. Law enforcement officer. With a gun. Yes.
Chitra, I guess we might have to move on as it is. Yeah.
It's very interesting, but yeah, we are sort of time.
Okay, maybe the last one we can have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't think this.
Is it stuck or? Kaushik?
It's not giving option to type anything.
Oh. Okay, we will force skip this. Oh. Neha, you there?
Yeah, I think it's not giving option to type as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chitra, we can conclude.
Yeah, maybe we can conclude. Yeah. Yeah, I'll stop sharing my screen and I'll end the game. Thank you everyone for participating. I hope you had some fun. Yeah, back to you, Toastmaster Saurabha.
Thank you so much, Chitra, for this fun-filled session. Even though I scored a 0, I think everybody had a lot of fun. Even me, I had a lot of fun. So, so with this, we are coming to a grand end of this amazing centenary session of SoundBytes Toastmasters Club. I hope you all had a wonderful time, and for all the new members who is joining here for the first time, I hope that you join us back again, and I get to meet you in the 101, the first session after the 100th session. I'd like to see you all back as well. And coming to the feedback segment, so for the new members who are attending it for the first time, if you'd like to share anything with us, how was your experience here in the SoundBytes Toastmaster Club? Please share your opinion.
Hey, this is Ayush.
Yeah, Ayush.
I mean, first of all, I wasn't going to speak, looking how Aishwarya gave her speech, like I'm not speaking after that. I was like, but after some time when people came and spoke, however it may be, everyone was very encouraging. I felt like the topics were pretty interesting too. And because everyone was so open and humble, I was like, yeah, there are butterflies in stomach, and worst case is like I'm going in bloppers. And that happened too. So I have no regrets, and I'm definitely coming to the next session as well.
Thank you so much, Ayush, and you spoke very well. Yeah. Does anybody else want to share their opinion? Would you like to share a few words? Okay, then. I think it's a wrap. So thank you so much for being a part of our 100th session, and we hope we go to 200 and 300 as well. And back to the president, please conclude the session.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmasters Sarma. So thanks everyone. It was a very nice session. Just to explain more about the Toastmaster, because there are many new members. The Toastmaster International is a non-profit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skill through a worldwide network of clubs. It has more than 280,000 plus members in more than 14,700 clubs in 144 countries. So you can think of the range and the impact of Toastmaster and the kind of learning it promises. As a club, today it's a great day for us. Officially, when we started logging our sessions, we started it from Jan 2018, and we have reached today for our 100 sessions. So it has been a great feat, but we have achieved. So kudos to everyone. In this journey, multiple leaders serve the club as a member of executive committee and plan the club's growth. I've been very grateful that I got chance to work with some very talented leaders, and their guidance and vision help our club to receive multiple recognitions across the areas and become a distinguished club in the last term. As every big organization or body, like it has a core element, right, without which its existence cannot be imagined. Similar to that, every Toastmasters, like the Toastmaster whole organization, it has a core element. It is its members, and all of its learning, training, and fun revolves around them. In this journey, we have submitted membership dues for more than 100 members who got the benefit of learning from the pathway projects of Toastmaster. These are the self-paced learning projects, and every project teaches a unique or specific skill related to communication and leadership. And this is how we learn more about our own style. And now I would like to thank all the members who have been part of this journey and helping us to reach this feat. I would like to take this opportunity to invite all the Radisys employees to join us in our mission, which is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment where all of us get the opportunity to become a better communicator and a better leader. As a club, we meet every second and fourth Wednesday of a month, and at present, we meet via Zoom link. So please attend our sessions and build your own experience of joyful learning and share it with others. If you want to learn more about the Toastmasters, or if you want to become a member of this great community, please reach out to our executive committee members. This executive committee contains 7 members. Let me just share my screen to explain you, to show you who those members are, and you can reach out to them for any queries related to Toastmasters. Is my screen visible?
Not yet. Yeah.
Yeah. So I am the club president, Gaurav Tripathi. Toastmaster Sharath is our vice president education. Toastmaster Sudhindra is our vice president membership. Toastmaster Aishwarya is our vice president public relation. Toastmaster Shraddha is our club secretary. Toastmaster Vikash is our club treasurer. And Toastmaster Harshita is our sergeant at arms. So you can just note down the names and remember the faces. If you have any queries, any questions, please reach out to us. We'll try to help you with all of your queries. So with this, I would like to conclude our today's session. Thanks everyone for joining our today's 100th meeting, and feel free to reach out any of us to start your communication and leadership journey. Thank you, everyone.